Dockside is basically Rust, but you're a duck. And if you know anything about Rust or any game that's PvE and PvP, it's that it isn't meant to be played alone. But somehow I thought it would be a great idea to play this by myself. And you'll be surprised by what you can achieve solo in a very persistent world survival game. In the 2 hours that I played, I met different types of ducks, mostly unfriendly, but that didn't stop me from exploring the map and building a very nice base. Today, I will cover what my journey was like, first impressions of the games, and what you should expect going into Dockside, at least on its current playtest form. If you like this video, please show support by commenting and subscribing, and if you're one of the bad ducks I encountered in this playthrough, you can leave now. For everyone else, I spawned as a duck. Afraid, alone, but at least I had a helmet. Spawning near derelict buildings, I decided to explore this area first. Cracking open some barrels, I was able to obtain feathers, which seems to be the currency in this game. Flying away, I saw some unfriendly humans. First, but not the last. I saw a great tower, which I thought was a base, where a passive duck was hanging out. I flew around for a bit and caught a stream, and from there I saw the perfect place to build a base. After building a literal base, I realized I didn't have much resource, and spent some time banging my head on various places. After gathering resources, I was ready to build the most beautiful box you ever did see. I then placed a self-portrait in the middle and added a balcony and a door. When out of nowhere, a duck snuck up behind me. I wasn't sure what he wanted, but he didn't hurt me, so I guess he's okay. Wanting a roof for my base, I went to gather a few more resources, once again banging my head into things. Once I placed my roof, I decided to invest in some tools to prevent further concussions. At this point, my base wasn't exactly going on an episode of $1 Million Listing, but at least it has a roof and a beautiful view. I decided to expand my base, but here, the game started to show that it is in fact on early stages of release, sometimes being very difficult to join segments in building. Flying around, I noticed a bug where the tools would kinda just float around my head. I then decided to raid what seemed to be an army base camp, but soon figured out that I was heavily outgunned. Why? Because I forgot to craft arrows for my bow. I stuck around in the base and looted for a while, even trying my luck to dispose of the guards using a pickaxe. But that didn't work. At this point, I've lost a lot of health and I thought of leaving, but I found some painkillers and bandages and quickly healed up. Walking around in the base, it was peaceful for a minute, but that changed when I ran into some unsavory folks. Shoot now, quack later kind of ducks. I turned around to see if they would be reasonable, but they made it clear that there was no room for negotiations. Back to base, I crafted arrows and a nest. Before long, I got a visitor. Hello? 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 I tried to reason with him, but he wasn't interested. Bonked me. After spawning, I thought maybe I should party up. Safety in numbers kind of thing. They shot me with arrows and I got the message. I decided to loot some barrels before making my way home until a duck waddled to me.
Hello?
He and his friends seemed reasonable,
I have nothing.
but they weren't.
Hello.
I have nothing.
Why?
Demonstrating the definition of insanity, I tried to befriend another duck.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay, hello.
I am playing by myself. Let me join you.
He said no. Since revenge wasn't my style anyways, I simply flew home to start a calm life. Live off the fat of the land lifestyle, like they said on Of Mice and Men. Which means I needed more resources. I visited the merchant, but he was trying to rip me off. So I followed the train track to get a few more crafting ingredients. I realized I was gonna need tools if I were to keep the old concussion away. After this, I was chopping more wood than Prime Mia Khalifa. I caused irreparable deforestation. It was time to upgrade the base, and I decided to finish the box first in case I got raided. This ended up not mattering as tools in the game didn't break at this point, which meant that someone could hit the walls for 2 straight minutes and just walk in. I also made a furnace inside, as I knew I would need metal parts later on. After creating another bow and a lot of arrows, I decided to try the army base again. I wasn't any good with the bow anymore, and soon I realized I was outgunned again. So I flew back home to further expand my base. At this point, gathering resources wasn't really a problem anymore, but it would have been great to have friends helping along. It was just time consuming. One resource gathering montage later and I was able to finish my base. I added walls and a window, as well as the ceiling and the door. I set a campfire inside for light and cooking and enjoyed some dried mushrooms. This open space area is what I will use as a landing and launch pad, and it honestly works great. Bird's eye view on our base confirms that it belongs in an episode of $1 Million Listing. My final thoughts on the game is that it's very refreshing to see a game released in such a playable state. There's obviously a few bugs and imperfections, such as the tools not breaking, which leads to easy raiding. Playing this solo could get frustrating at times, but it's definitely a doable challenge. More so, there's plenty of updates on their Discord, and they are very open to feedback. So, you should try this game and join the community. Guys, if you liked the video, please give me feedback in the comment section and consider dropping a like and subscribing.